welcome back for day 23 of the World of Wool Advent Calendar Spin Along. Today is December 23rd, Christmas Eve's Eve, and I have been looking forward to today's fiber since the beginning of this calendar because I'm just so pleased with the character for today. So I'm gonna jump right in and open up bag 23, or at least show you who is our character of the day. I'm going to show you the pattern first before I give it away. I love these kind of muted blues and pinks and peaches. We've got these deer with these kind of ornate patterns on them. Today, day 23, our character is Emmett. I've already talked a lot this year because I think that the Jim Henson characters have such kind of a family-friendly and also Christmas feeling tie-in. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas is a Jim Henson creation from the 80s that I feel like a lot of people don't know about anymore, and it features some incredible music by long-term friend of Jim Henson and the Muppets, Paul Williams, including Our World, which is something I'm going to perform for you today because I just love the music from this special. I love the theming of this special. I think it's really, really, I want to say special, but it's just such a joy, and not enough people know about it, in my opinion. I think it's one that's kind of disappeared. You don't see it on TV a lot, and I'm just so happy to see Emmett in this calendar. So Emmett the Otter is a brown otter, and he wears kind of, drab clothing. The story focuses a lot around the struggles of being poor to homeless in the Christmas season. So I think we're gonna see a lot of brown, maybe with a little bit of those classic Christmas colors. We have Shetland, New Zealand, bamboo, South American, and viscose. So again, our things that could be really bright colors in here are Shetland, bamboo, and viscose. I think New Zealand and South American are both going to be naturally colored. So let's just jump in and see what this blend looks like. This is sort of exactly what I would picture for Emmett Otter. We've got reds, blues, dark teals, a little bit of white. Ooh, sorry, it almost fell apart while I was shaking it. And we've got this undercurrent of brown. It's not really fluffing up, it's a little bit compacted at the moment, but I want to get it all in line so you can see all of the colors in there. I love this teal that we have going through. I think that teal color might be our Shetland. And then this light blue, if I can find some really nice area of light blue. This light blue, you can see, has tweed in it as well. So let's read about Emmett Otter from World of Wool. Day 23, Emmett. 25% Shetland, 25% New Zealand, 25% bamboo, 20% South American, and 5% viscose. You may remember this charming little book, which became a television special in the 1970s. So that's even earlier than I thought. I remember my mom telling me about watching it in the 80s as a kid. My mom is the one who shared Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas with me. Inspired by the gift of the Magi, Emmett and Ma Otter each want to get each other something special for Christmas, but with no money, they decide to enter a talent contest separately and sell items that each of them needs for their work. We're sad to say that they don't win the talent contest, but when their songs are played together, a local restaurant owner employs them to perform instead, thus no longer needing to work as a washerwoman or washer otter and a handyman otter. The colors in this tale aren't overly vibrant as it's set in the depths of winter, so we decided to look to Emmett Otter for some inspiration. To replicate the otter fur color, we've used brown New Zealand top. It's not just a solid shade, it's also nice and springy. Then we added Shetland woodpecker for a green-blue hue and our tweed blend in teacup to lighten it and add some texture. Bamboo Margot is used to add some warmth with its cinnamon shade, complementing both the blues and the brown while introducing a subtle sheen. This movie has such a special place in my heart. I don't know if you've noticed throughout this whole thing, but Jim Henson is a huge inspiration of mine. The Muppets, I think the Muppets might be what got me into music in the first place. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a puppeteer on Sesame Street. That was my dream. And then in college, I applied to be a music education specialist for Sesame Street as one of my first jobs out of college. I did not get that job, but they have been just such an inspiration to me. I think Jim Henson is a person who was taken from us much too soon. But their stories, especially when Jim Henson was still alive, did not focus on classic happy endings. He let people experience, or he let the Muppets experience some real raw emotion, and I just love that for them so much. And especially when Paul Williams was working with them as their sort of main composer, I think we got some of the best music that the Muppets have ever written. So I'm gonna give you a little performance of the song Our World from Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, and when I return, this will be Yarn. So I hope you enjoy. We're closer now than ever before. There's love in our world and we're showing it more. Our world says welcome stranger, everybody's a friend. Favorite stories don't end in our world. Some say our world is getting too small. I say with kindness, there's room for us all. Our world is always changing. Every day's a surprise. Love can open your eyes in our world. When night lays sad upon you, go and watch a sunrise. Love can open your eyes in our world. Okay, and here is our yarn Emmett for day 23, Christmas Eve's Eve. I really love all the texture that we're seeing in this yarn. For a long time, I tried to spin yarns that were perfect. So my whole goal was making yarns that I could trick people and myself into thinking were commercial yarns. But this year specifically, I have gotten really, really into textured yarns. I love tweeds. I love things that are just a little bit different. I'm really falling in love with hand spun as hand spun and not trying to make everything as perfect as possible. Now, I still love a beautifully balanced, can trick you into thinking it's commercial yarn hand spun, but I'm really loving all the texture that we're seeing this year. I think this one's gonna pair well with blue. I think blue is the contrast color that I'm going to use. I think you've probably noticed that I've been prioritizing finishing the yarns over finishing the stockings themselves for the past few days. And that's going to be true, I think, up until Christmas. So in our Boxing Day special, you will definitely get to see all of the stockings, if not before then. But I want to make sure that all of these yarns are done in time first. That's definitely my priority. So I imagine this one will be paired with blue unless I hang things up and things start to look a little bit like blue isn't going to work, but I think blue is going to be our answer. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and I look forward to seeing you then to unwrap whatever our fiber is for Christmas Eve. And then it's Christmas, and then the Advent calendar is over, which is, I mean, every year I feel pretty sad around this time, but we still have 2 more days, and then lots and lots of exciting things coming up past Advent with all of the yarn and the fiber that I've been saving. So there is a lot more to come from this calendar. You can make so much out of this calendar. Last year I got a full duster length coat and a cardigan out of it. So there is plenty to come. I hope you'll stick around for that. And this is our yarn, Emmett. I will see you tomorrow for Christmas Eve. Bye.